so many people who just switched their professions?
It's not about medicine, because medicine it's like directly to treat people, but I studied biology. I'm a chemist. He described that PIATK more practically better than they theoretically. PIATK gives less, but practically it gives more than the Polytechnica and Warsaw University.
Do you not think that it's true?
First of all, you have to remember that you always have to study and study something new every day. My dream job was to become a bioinformatics. I applied for all these programs. I applied several years in a row.
Do you have this feeling after this book that, oh no, programming is not for me, these 50 pages is like enough for me, I wouldn't go forward?
Don't go to the PhD. It's awful. You'll just spend 5 years or 4 or 5 years for nothing. If you're good in time management and you're self-organized person, of course you can start with the free courses in the internet. I know a lot of person who changed their life dramatically, and I'm sure that I'm not the only person. Just do it. Just perform some actions that will help you in future.
Hello everyone, this is a new video of student stories, and today I have a very nice guest, my friend Dima, with me. We studied together in PIATK, so you can say hello to our watchers right now.
Hello everyone, my name is Dima, I'm from Ukraine. I'm fourth year student of PIATK. Currently I'm studying on Intelligent Data Processing System department. It is a department connected to machine learning and AI.
Yeah, we study at the same on the same course, but we have different directions. I learned databases, you learn machine learning, intelligence, right? So, but actually we just met only this year. I don't know how this has happened, that we studied together all this time, 3 years, but we met only now, on the third one, and really nice to know you.
Nice to know you too. Actually, I can suppose it was caused by coronavirus. There was remote study for more than 1 year, 1.5 years, so probably it wasn't possible.
Yeah, it was hard because with online times, I was in Belarus actually, all the time when it was coronavirus study, online study. But today...
yeah, I have spent all my time in Warsaw, probably during the coronavirus.
Wasn't it hard here? I knew that there were some strict rules, no? Not to go out or something?
Yeah, probably the first 2 months it was restricted to go out without special papers that allow you that you are going to the work or study or something like that. So you had to have a permission.
Okay.
Had to have a permission.
I didn't know that because I didn't visit Warsaw that times. Maybe good, maybe not, but it is as it is. And today we are here to discuss your life. How did you get to this life that you have right now? And I will go straight to the point and ask you a question. Like nowadays I see so many people are changing their profiles. So many people are going in IT from different other proficiencies. And how do you attitude to it? What do you think about it?
Probably it's not. Yeah, I think it's not a strange thing, because nowadays different professions become more complicated than it was previously. First of all, I want to say that now when you study something, it's more complex than you expect. You should know, especially for the programmers, you always should know more and expect more in future. And just for a simple example, I knew the guy who worked on the nuclear station, and he also had to know physics. And like when he worked as a programmer. So it's only one example. So when you're working in some area, you should know more than like one profession nowadays. So it became more complex.
Yeah, but some people are just switching their professions. They don't want to be, I don't know, some person was working in financial, and he decided that okay, I will go in IT. Actually, on my work right now, I have so many people who just switched their professions, and I'm asking them why they did it. Is it like okay for them right now? Do they think that it's a good decision? And some of them are saying that yes, it is, but some of them not. And actually, they just took some courses, I know, and started to be working as a programmer. Do you support such ideas to switch it?
Okay, as for me, it's okay because I'm such kind of person. I have biology background. Actually, I'm a biochemist. Right now, I'm still working in the pharma industry, but for now, I'm looking for a job in IT. Also, I decided to switch to the for now, I decided to switch to the web development for now. Currently, I'm studying AWS services. I'm studying Go. It's a Golang. It's a special language for.
I will just a little bit interrupt you. I'm sorry. Just in such case, let's first start from your background that you had. So, as you said, you have been working in not working and studying in medicine. Could you please tell me more about it? Where exactly? What kind of universities or courses? What did you have?
Okay, it's not about medicine because medicine it's like directly to treat people. But I studied biology. I'm a chemist, so I studied in Ukraine. I studied at Karazin University, Kharkiv National University. I studied there for 5.5 years. I've been studying there for 5.5 years, and probably my main direction was it's like some kind of biophysics, and it wasn't. It was rather connected to moleculars, not people, like in overall.
Mm-hmm. So it's more like chemistry, biology, physics?
Yeah, it was more about physics and chemistry.
Okay, but after we study, what you will become? Like, what is study for?
Actually, it depends on the projects that you're involved in. Biology is more also as a programming also more complicated, and you always have to study more and more, and you cannot expect that next day you will research something research the stuff you research before. So first of all, you have to remember that you always have to study and study something new every day.
Mm-hmm. So it's even like similarity with programming, because I think it's two fields such. I think the biggest fields that are in our lives is biology, chemistry, and informatic something. And I think there is some similarity that it's hard, and you always need to learn something all the time. Okay, but as I know, you have bachelor degree and magister one.
Yeah, I've got master degree in biochemistry and bachelor degree in general biology. Mm-hmm. Because first 4 years it was some kind of general biology. It wasn't something like about biochemistry, and last 1.5 years it was only biochemistry and physics, like physics and chemistry.
Okay, what did you dream to become after this study? What was your dream job?
What was my dream job? Actually, I supposed to become after I have studied I have studied master degree. On my 5th year in the university in Ukraine, I started to learn Python for biologist, and my dream job was to become a bioinformatics. It's more about research, this computing biochemistry when you take some data from biology and perform some actions on this data, and you retrieve some results, and you can make conclusions about genetics, about behavior of molecules, genes, or something like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But did you, like, why did you decide even to go to the magister degree? Because I know that some of the people are saying that bachelor is like enough and they don't want to continue. What was your reason to go for
Probably for programming it works because mostly when you receive your bachelor degree, when you graduated from the university with a bachelor, probably mostly you think most people think it is enough.
Mm-hmm.
But in biology or physics or chemistry, it's not enough. If you're supposed to be a scientist, you have to continue with a master degree. It's some kind of requirements. Moreover, you have to, if you're supposed to be a scientist, you have to continue with your PhD.
Mm-hmm. Did you want to be a scientist?
Actually, after my master degree, I decided not to be a scientist.
Like, but you wanted before?
Yeah, you've got two choices actually. You can work on a big corporation, mm-hmm. Or you can continue with the science in the sense of kind of you work or on some institution in some country on research of something like open source, kind of open source. Or you can go to the pharma company or biotechnology company and continue to work in company on some private research. So it depends.
Okay, cool, understood. And after you finished this bachelor, magister degree, what has happened? What did you think to do?
Actually, it was some kind of complicated situation at the time. A few times I applied for programs.
What kind of programs?
Yeah, I tried to apply to Denmark. Actually, on the third year or fourth, I decided to apply for Denmark for some programs. Actually, the main direction was biophysics, biochemistry, and bioinformatics. And I applied for all these programs. Mm-hmm. I applied several years in a row. First year, on the third year, after the third year of my bachelor degree in Ukraine, I applied for biochemistry and biophysics in Copenhagen University and South Denmark University and also Danish Technician University. Mm-hmm.
But you applied for what kind of degree? Because you wanted, as I understand, to continue your study?
Master degree. I wanted to continue my master degree in Denmark. Mm-hmm. So I applied for a master program. Then first year, after the fourth year, I received rejection because I didn't have enough hours in some special subjects. For example, biochemistry or informatics, I didn't have enough hours in that, and they decided that I'm not applicable for their program. Mm-hmm. So the next year I also decided to apply again, but I had more hours because I had more subject directed to biochemistry and informatics, so I applied, and finally I received a mail that you're welcome to the university, but the reason I didn't decide to apply it was I didn't receive a scholarship. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because as I understand, you should pay for your study in foreign countries, right?
Yeah. Actually, there was some kind, as to understand the system, it's based on when you apply and you're from non-European Union country, you have to pay for a study. If you're a citizen if you got the citizenship of one of the European country, from example from Spain, Greece, France, Romania, you can apply for a program and receive scholarship for a studying, but
But it's hard to get it.
no, actually, probably 75% of the all places on the program, it is for European citizens, and 25% for non-European citizens. So probably in order to, and they've got only one scholarship, for example, for this 25% of the people, it's like about 15% for one program for from countries outside European Union, and only 1% from this 15% will receive a scholarship. It's not
half people. It
Yeah,
sounds like unreal, I'm sure, but it is.
Okay,
too hard.
Yeah, you had to perform a lot of stuff. The commission will decide to, okay, you're a cool guy, we should give you money, and they expect from you some great discoveries. So
do you feel pity that you didn't get this scholarship, or you look at your situation right now and you think that now you got something better than you could get in this university?
Yeah, from now I think that it was not that bad situation. So probably right now I'm thinking that I am on the right direction, because after a few years I decided that I do not want to continue the science work. I don't want to continue the science because of my because of
what
the
has happened.
Actually the scientific world is not that great, and like there is no magic in it. So every time you need to tell, if you apply for some grant, you need to explain some managers who are not connected with the biology at all why they should give you money for the research, or why is it important, because the stuff that you're looking for is important only for you, especially, and you need to explain it to the other person. And every time there is a lot of bureaucracy. The system of the evaluation system of the progress of the research progress is counted by some measurements that are not really fair. It's really unfair. So from my point of view, so there are a few reasons. The scientific world is not that great as people expect. There's no like.
So scientific world, as you are saying, just disappointed you a little bit when you get to know it better.
Yeah, all my group mates that studied with me on the biology department, they told me that like, don't go to the PhD. it's awful. You'll just spend 5 years or 5 years for nothing, and it won't give you like you'll feel disappointed at all after.
Okay, but you know, for some of the people, I think that they are glad to get a PhD too. Like for them, maybe it's their dream job, and maybe they like it. Even with these small disadvantages for you, for them maybe it is not disadvantages. For them it's kinda okay, or maybe they like it even. So I think that people just should find themselves. That's it.
Yep.
Probably because we all have, as I'm saying all the time, we all have different opinions, and all people are different. That is why some stuff is not suited just for you, but don't say that it wouldn't suit for others, right?
I agree, but yeah, for me, as I told, for me it was like horrible that I couldn't imagine that the scientific world could be like that, because in my dreams it was like, okay, I will find the treatment for everything and help people, and I received that, okay, you have to apply, prepare a lot of documents, prepare a lot of stuff, and it takes like more than half of time than research. So
yeah, life not easy.
yeah.
So not everything is so easy. Okay, so after this disappointment, as I understand, you decided to change something, or?
Yeah, as I told, on my fifth year, it was the first year of the master degree. I started to study mm, Python, but for biologists. And after
Python for biologists?
Python for biologists. Yes, there was a book.
Oh.
I suppose.
Share, please.
Share. I can share.
Okay, we will put it in the description for sure. The link to this book, or at least a name of this book, here on the screen.
Okay. So it was very simple book about how to implement Python in order to calculate, for example, the distance between the genes in DNA. So, but you need to put data from the special databases. You receive the data from special databases, NCBI. It's Europe Union databases for biology research, and you collect the data from it and process it. So.
So you can say that Python was your first programming language, right?
Probably not Python.
So you learned programming before, what?
Actually, I didn't learn programming before, as my father is a programmer. In different period of my time, he shared some. He tried to share with me some knowledge, and first it was when I was 11 years old. We've been somewhere, I don't remember. So, and he decided to write a Snake game with a C++. But that time I didn't know, and I was 11, didn't know anything about programming, and I was 11 years older, so it was very complicated at the time. He just explained me some simple stuff about the variables or something like that, and that was all. The next time I was 16 years older, and I was very fond of how computer works and how it works when you received some complicated stuff as an image, and how computer from the signals convert signals to the complex images. So.
But where did you get all this information? Did you just Google, or you had some courses or something?
No.
Friends?
No.
Parents?
As I told, my father shared with me books. The next book was about assembler. I didn't know why he decided to share with me.
Was it a good book or not?
Actually, it is a good book if you're a programmer, like.
If you already know something, right?
If you already know, but probably not. You have to know some.
I mean,
like
not for a young teenager.
Young teenager, yes. Like probably if person is really interested in programming, he or she would read it, but it's not about me. So I studied this book, and it was very boring for me. I don't know. I read about 50 pages or 100 pages.
But you know, sometimes such moves, they are just they make a disappointment in your head, because for me, probably, I understand that if I will start my programming way from something that is not wouldn't be interested in, it will be so hard for me, because I will think like all programming is like this. And did you have something like that? Do you have this feeling after this book that, oh no, programming is not for me, these 50 pages is like enough for me, I wouldn't go further? Or it was on the contrary, that you read it and you were thinking like, oh, nothing, it's okay, I will go further, I will learn more, I can do it. What has happened? Or you just skipped and you ignored this moment?
I have read about like 50 pages and decided it's too complicated for me, and I'm not interested. And the time I was really interested in biology, actually. My biology past started long before the university. So I've been studying this biology from 15 years deeply, and chemistry. So it wasn't about me. I just wanted to read about the programming and how does it work in general, not in especially like not like particular programming language and assembler, it was 2012, so it was very old even for the time. So okay, I decided not to continue as a programmer, so programming after that. The next book I read, also my father gave it to me. It was simpler. It calls Code.
Just Code.
Just Code.
Yeah, I know this book probably.
Yeah.
Just white cover and black code, and that's
Code
it.
and
minimalistic.
And in binary
cover.
system after.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Would you advise this book to people?
Probably if you are interested in how does the stuff work, programming stuff, not only computer but the whole, I don't know, TV or some microcontrollers or something like that. You have to general stuff. You have to read it because the beginning of the book is about how does encoding works, and our language, English, Russian, Ukrainian, every language is some kind of encoding some stuff into the some number of letters, numbers, or something like that. So it was from the bottom to the top. This book described all stuff from the very bottom to the top.
Which one book will you advise to people to start from? Do you have something on your mind or no? Or you think that you took all books, but it's better to read them only when you already know?
It depends. What do you mean by? Do you want to start the programming or just the person have interested in how does the stuff work, different computer?
Both. Your.
Actually.
Or maybe you have in your mind what is better to start from programming, or maybe it is better even to start from some general stuff. I don't know. Up to you.
For now, I think it's better to start from programming stuff because during the programming courses or during the reading of books or some videos, you will practically use some things on examples. So anyway, you will get this knowledge during your programming study. So for me, for now, it's better to start from the programming.
Okay, but do you have some specific book or specific course or something?
No, it depends on the person interested. If you're interested in JavaScript, you should start with JavaScript books. If you're interested in backend programming, for example, Java, C++, or C#.
Okay, but in that case, what would you advise to yourself when you were younger, when you just were starting this? Or imagine you have a child and he wants to learn programming. What you will advise to him? What you will give him? Like your father, will you give these books, or you have changed your mind after these situations that you have to start from something else?
First of all, I suppose there are a lot of free courses in the internet. I suppose to start with some basic stuff in the, for example, Vistry School. As I know, it was my first.
Is it in English?
Yeah, it is. Some.
What do you learn there?
Java before the first year in the academy, Polish-Japanese Academy.
Actually, exactly. Is it like course exactly before Polish-Japanese or just for?
No, it's just for basic knowledge. So I don't know. It's like it starts from the variables to some interfaces.
Because I was thinking that so many people asking me about Java, about how to start, how to be prepared for the study in Piatk, and I was thinking that I can create some kind of course or just help people. If somebody is watching this video and want to enter Piatk, please let me know what do you think about this idea. If you need it, I will create it. We will interact and try to go step by step to learn something from scratch.
If you can organize your time, if you're good in time management and you're self-organized person, of course you can start with the free courses in the internet, and then continue with some more complicated books or documentation in the internet. But if I had a child, so probably if I had opportunities to help him,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, I would tell him about some basic stuff, general knowledge, in order to not disappoint him. Like if the person starts, she or he doesn't understand anything at all, and in order to get some basic stuff that will support him in the future, I'd rather help him.
So you decided to help personally, not giving books or courses, just help personal help. I think it's a good way to start, and also I'm thinking that if you take some courses online, it's hard that you don't have any support or you don't have person whom can you just ask, because sometimes you stick to some problem and you don't know how to solve it, or you don't know how exactly this stuff works, and you are trying to search by yourself, trying to learn it by yourself. But don't be afraid to ask people, even if you don't have somebody whom you already know. Like you had your father, you always could ask him. Somebody has friends whom they also can ask. If you don't have support, you can just go in the internet and ask people there. Don't be shy, just try it. Or even, for example, you can write to me if you are a programmer and you want to ask some question. Maybe I know the answer. So don't be afraid, ashamed to ask questions in your first stage, I would say, of the programming, because it's important to have this support. And I also wanted to ask you, like, why actually you decided still, like, you're studying right now in Piatk. How this has happened? Why? If you were so into biology, so into chemistry, biology stuff, you said that from the age of 16, 15 even, what has happened? Why you decided, did you even decide to switch it or to merge it exactly? As I see, you wanted to merge it, your old chemistry biology profile with informatic. How did you come up with this idea, and why exactly you are right now here in Warsaw?
Yeah. Okay, the main goal, as you told, as I told also about bioinformatics, yes, I decided to merge the informatics and biology, because for me it was very interesting how can computer and, for example, machine learning helps to speed up research, to make it more, I don't know, not easier, but to reduce time for this research. Automation system, to create automation system for a research process. It was my main interest, because it is on the edge of these two different specialties, like biology, and it actually, as I know, it calls digital biology. For now, in pharmacology companies, they call it digital, just digital. And I decided to start with okay. In one moment, I understood that I'm not good enough in programming, and this informatic part should be. I haven't developed myself, improved myself with informatics, and all I did actually, it was just like a blind guy that doing something, not, I don't know, I didn't understand anything. I just follow the script in the book, and I didn't understand how does
lots of people start from it, so it's okay.
Yeah, and I decided that I have to improve my knowledge, because this big data and data processing requires more knowledge. It's more complicated, and you have to optimize everything in order to receive good performance and not results, but good performance. Probably it was main goal, and after I received that, okay, I passed to bioinformatics in Copenhagen University, but I didn't receive the scholarship. I decided to, for me, it was very expensive to study there, and living also, cost of the living was like terrible. So I couldn't afford. I decided to apply for a IT program in Piatk. it was more affordable than studying and living in Denmark. So
How did you know about Piatk?
okay, it was a very funny situation. I have friend in Copenhagen.
Say hello.
Hello. I'm not sure
What's
she.
name?
Olga. His name is Olga. Actually, she's a lawyer. He studied pharma law, and I asked herself if she has if she had friends in Warsaw who are connected with IT or studied there, and she gave me a contact of the person from Piatk, the girl Alexandra. As I remember, she already studied on the master degree. I'm not sure about the department, but she studied on the master degree. And she described me everything about Warsaw, about different universities, about the Polytechnica University, about the Warsaw University, and about Piatk. And he described that Piatk more practically better than they theoretically. Piatk gives less, but practically it gives more than the Polytechnica and Warsaw University.
Do you now think that it's true?
Yeah, I know, because many person, as you know, our acquaintances, like our group mates, some of our group mates are from Polytechnica.
Yes, yes.
They moved, so they told the same, just the same words.
Yeah, but we have more practice than theory, and I always describe the situation even with math, because in the beginning it is one of the hardest points. We have math, and everybody is struggling how to pass it. But the thing is that people in Piatk, they don't understand that they have not so many subjects related to the math as people from other government universities. So just make your research, take a look at the different programs. It is very important to look at the programs. That is why I advise you just go ahead and all the time try to search for schedules, what you will learn exactly. Maybe try to find some people already studied there, talk to them. It will be really helpful, because it's big choice, like this choice of university can change your life completely. That is why be just patient and try to look at all details that you can, that is possible. Okay, so you have chosen Piatk just because your friend told you.
Advised me to do that.
Yeah, nice. And do you right now regret it or not? Do you think?
Actually, I don't have any regrets, but probably I'm not satisfied as like 100%, because yeah, it's not about the academy. It's about the person first of all. About the expectation, yeah, about the expectation. When I applied for a academy in for this IT program, I expect that after this program I will be a cool specialist. That academy will teach me everything. And as I got on the second year, you have to study yourself twice more than university gives you. So it's only about your organization. You have to, because university helps you to understand the basic general things. For example, in programming, some very basic things, and it's up to you to improve yourself, to continue studying something, and it helps to find some area that you are interested in.
Yes.
Probably. So
I think all of people who just entering university, I mean in IT exactly, they think that after this uni you can get a job, you have like everything done, just finish the uni and that's it. But it's not true completely. I also learned this lesson only, I think, only in the third year when I started looking for a job, because when you start looking for a job you're thinking what do you miss in your list of knowledge, what do you need, and you understand that you are nothing, you know nothing, because you know only basic stuff and that's it. You always need to learn something additionally, something outside of the uni all the time, to get some job after. So that's what I advise all the time, just take some courses, take something additional, don't rely only on uni study, take something plus, and if you start like earlier it will be better for you. And yes, also university also gives us the possibility to find your direction, what exactly you want to do, because it shows you just all the directions that you can choose. And that's a very nice point that you said, that first, yes, uni doesn't give you all the knowledge, and second, it gives you the direction, but you will like, don't forget about it, please. And
also it gives some kind of opportunity, because you've got the teachers that can help you, but you always have to remember the teacher helps people. Teacher help people that only are interested in some some knowledge.
If you just come in and asking questions, you're this person who will get it, who will get the answers, because if you wouldn't ask, if you wouldn't communicate, you wouldn't get anything. You need to interact with people, even not only teachers, I would say, some students also.
Roommates.
Yes, you have nice community. I think this is like, for me, even it's one of the top thing that I like in our uni, it's people, because even students that are coming in this university, but so cool community that you can interact to, because you find yourself so comfortable inside all this sea of people, all this ocean. So I really like it, and I advise everybody to go even to uni just to communicate to such people who are similar to you. This is one of the points to go to the uni for some people, actually, not even to get knowledge, but just to be in this sphere, to be in this community.
Yes, on my second year, I've got friend in academy. Actually, we made a collaboration and we did like a few projects together. So it's a great thing to make friendships and just to do some project outside the academy and to receive some additional knowledge. So it's very important.
Some people create, just collaborate and make their startups also. Yeah, I know a lot of them, so it's nice to communicate. Do communicate and interact.
A lot of startups starts from the university.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. It's like collaboration of different persons.
One interesting question. Majority of people in this world, they are saying that IT people is closed people who is just don't want to talk to anybody else. They are introverts. Do you think that it's true or not?
It's true about my friend actually, but not for old people. You should expect they
are for old people?
Not for all people. You should expect that the person is like not introvert but extrovert, and he or she just like had more than just a programming. So like person can have more interest. Like
but you still support the idea that?
No, I don't support this idea.
Okay.
It's just I don't know, some kind of stupid stuff that people expect from the programmist, but not. No, they are not.
Okay.
We are not boring person. We also have life.
Not boring, just introverts that you don't want to talk to anyone else, or you are so close, or you always sitting at home. Can you say like, are you introvert or not?
Like 50-50. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but not for like. I'm not introvert at all. I have a lot of friends also from different kind of friends. They like from different specialities, from person who even don't have like higher degree. It's okay for me, and like I'm not completely closed person. Like I'm not a completely introvert, so I also like think that social part of life is very important. That helps you to. It's more important than even a studying, like I suppose, because it helps you not to become, not to depress yourself or something like that. So it's very important. Actually. So don't forget about social part.
So you studied already 4th year in Piat, and you have good community. Everything is like in setup ready. And what do you think to do in the future? Do you want to be a straight programmer, or still you want to take some profession that is intersection between programming and chemistry, biology stuff?
As I told, I'm studying intelligent data processing systems. It's about machine learning, and I'm going to be a data engineer in the future. Right now, I'm studying cloud services. I'm studying more about data processing, data cleaning, data interpretation, a lot of different machine learning topics, and also I write diploma in machine vision, and actually my diploma is connected to machine vision of cells. It's about segmentation of cells. You've got some photos of cells and you process them, recognize, differentiate somehow. So it's about machine vision, machine learning, and also yes, I don't want to be like a straight programmer, straight, because I want to mix. Anyway, I want to mix my biology background and programming. As I was interested in bioinformatics, for now I've got a little bit more knowledge, not like that much, but a little bit more, and I understand more clearly what to do, and you only can get it by doing something. So like that's all.
But in the nearest future, do you want to be a programmer who is working with artificial intelligence, or what? What exactly you are searching for? What kind of job right now?
I'm searching for a job that are connected to some kind of data analyst and data engineer, and data engineer is more about preparing for example, cloud services, some pipelines for data processing, like data analyst takes the data from somewhere, processes through some services, doing something on it, and like data engineer just set up everything. So like it's more closely to DevOps specialization. Yeah, some kind of DevOps.
Understood. Did you have any IT job before, freelance?
No, I didn't have a job in IT. As I told, I have a job in pharma industry for now, but like it's more about biology and research, not about the programming.
Is it your first job that you are having right now still in biology chemistry field?
No, it's not my first job. I applied for a few grants. I was involved in some research projects. My first job was about some genetic stuff, and I worked in a laboratory. So probably before it, I was like technician in laboratory. I prepared the laboratory before research. That like I don't know. It's about prepare laboratory. That's all. The next, it was on my second year. I work like parallel and study, and the next job was this grant I received for a half a year. I worked in laboratory in Denmark, and after that, on my second year of Piatk, I received job in some pharma company.
Did you like to be involved in these projects, in this job, I would say, of these fields?
Yes, for me it's very interesting because it's mainly connected, not connected directly to my specialization. It's not about biophysics. It's about more molecular biology. But like, I studied. I is like I studied it from 15 years, and I'm still interested in biology. It's like I'm not gonna leave from this profession.
Why you have been so interested in biology? Because as I know, lots of people who are going in biology and chemistry, they have relatives in it. And that is why they have like something in that. Okay, my mom, for example, is a doctor, for example, let's say, and I would like to be like her. The majority of people are thinking like that, and I see that my friends, for example, who is related somehow to these fields, they are saying that they have somebody, friend or relatives in biology or chemistry. What has happened in your case? Why you did like it?
I don't know. Actually, I know. Okay, I know. It's not my case. I don't have any family involved in medicine, in biology, in chemistry. They are all like financial stuff, programming stuff, architecture.
Somehow it is possible.
It is possible. My family always support me that I have to choose that I'm in the only profession that I'm interested in, and they didn't stop me from my choice. They didn't stop. They just tell, okay, it's your choice. It's up to you. Let's go if you're interested in it. And actually, they support me for all these years. My aunt helps me a lot. She gave me, sent me a lot of links, she also looked for grants for the programs and always shared with me and like supports me.
So cool, you have such a big support from your family. Where your family right now living?
Part of my family lives in Denmark and part of my family decided to stay in Ukraine for now.
And what do you think where you will live in the nearest future?
I can suppose that I rather stay in Warsaw for now, and as for the future plans, I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I would like to try to move to Canada or America because they've got actually the life not easier there. I expect more difficulties, but also they've got more opportunities, more interesting projects, more. It's like kind of center of all development of all technologies. So I would like to try to move there and be involved in everything.
I understand. Bigger concentration of
startups.
People, startups, yeah, new ideas. So yeah, I understand it completely. So I have last questions to you. Just wanted to ask, you made such big changes in your life, and do you actually regret it, or you think that it was right choice to do?
For now, I can tell that I do not regret about anything. The life is a continuous process. You're improve yourself, develop, and you can change your mind a few times. I know a lot of person who changed their life dramatically, and I'm sure that I'm not the only person.
But successfully or not?
We will see. For now, I cannot tell you it was successful or not.
But right now, do you feel that it was the right decision to do or not, or?
It works. It works.
Okay.
Yeah.
It worth it.
Worth it. So.
That's good. But also, you just went for bachelor degree after magister degree, and I'm thinking that how old you were already at that time?
Like I'm 25.
Right now.
25 years right now, and I think when I changed my profession I was 22, and I think it's not too late, even 25, not too late to change the profession.
In such case, what is the maximum age where you can change something, you think?
It's a very hard question. I cannot answer you. It depends on the profession. For example, programming, it doesn't matter really. Person can change it after 35, 40 years even. It's not a really big deal. It's not a problem. But if you are going to work in biology or chemistry or physics, it's a little bit complicated. You have to spend many years, about 10 years, to develop yourself, to get all knowledge, and probably it will take time. So you should expect it. And from programming, I suppose you can start studying and start applying for a job, start to be involved in some projects, and you can develop yourself during your work.
So it's never be late to be a programmer, to become a programmer. Yeah, that's true. Nice. Because on my work I have so many people who became a programmer only right now, and they are like 30, 40, 50 even years old, and they are still changing their professions and going into programming, because programming, I think, is for everybody and it's not so hard as people think. So just as I promised, the last question, what would you advise to our viewers who are at the same situation as you were 3 years ago? What you will advise to yourself even when you were making this choice to change or not to change your profile?
I would advise to the people to, if you really want to become, if you got time right now, got opportunities, and you're thinking about some area, you really have to go this way. I advise you not to spend time on thinking. Just do it. Just perform some actions that will help you in future. If you are doing something, you will receive in some period of life, you will receive a chance to opportunity to become a part of, to be involved in some project in areas that you're interested in. So just do something right now, and you will get your chance in the future. And for me, I would rather tell to work more on the programming, to start doing project from the really first year, but not sure from the first semester, but from the second. I would rather recommend myself to work more on my projects and not expect from the academy that they will teach me everything as I was expected from the academy.
Nice advices. And yeah, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for participating. It was nice talk with you. And see you guys later. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.